everyone, thanks for coming back. If you're watching this video, it means that you are on step 3 of your new consultant training with the Village Personal Team. Welcome again. So far you have already set up your order payment account and your direct deposit, and you have taken the in-person party experience training on Consultant Corner. So I thank you for taking that, and congratulations for accomplishing 2 of the 5 steps that we give you in your new consultant training. So now you're on step 3, and you need to set up a party on Consultant Corner on your website. And I'm going to show you how to do that today. So I'm going to share my screen. Okay, we are back to pamperedchef.com, where you log into Consultant's Corner. So remember, we're going to click sign in, and you're going to enter your consultant number and click on your password and click sign in. You're going to log in. I don't know if your computer saves your password or not. Mine does. And we're here at Consultant Corner. Okay, and there's lots of things here, but what we're going to focus on today is My Shows and Orders. So you're going to go to My Shows, go to the drop-down menu where it says My Shows and Orders, and you're going to click on it. And yours is not going to look like mine because I have, over 400 some odd shows here, but you're going to have, it's going to be blank here, and you're going to click on New Show. Okay, and since we're going to be doing a cooking show initially, you're going to make sure it says cooking right here. Now, there are other options. There are fundraisers, which if you're interested, if you have someone interested in doing a fundraiser, let's chat about that. We have a wedding shower, which we can talk about that too, and we have a catalog party. Catalog parties are also virtual parties, okay? But what we're going to focus on today is cooking, all right? And since it's a cooking show and you're going to be doing it live, it is not a virtual party. So you're going to click no here. And then we're going to go in and we're going to enter the show date. So say you have a show set up for March 1st. We're just going to use that. Pampered Chef always gives you 2 weeks to get a party closed. I will be very honest with you. I do not let my parties run longer than a week, okay? And the reason being is that when you take orders on March 1st at someone's cooking show and you wait 2 weeks to close the party, a couple of things happen. Number one, the guests at the party have ordered on March 1st and are now wondering where their products are. 2 weeks is a long time for people to wait to get their products. And if you're closing it 2 weeks later, it's not going to ship for another week. So they're waiting almost a month for their products that they ordered at the beginning of the month. So that's the first reason. And the second reason is that people who make charge purchases on the 1st of the month or any time of the month, you've charged something. People do not keep their checkbooks like they used to, guys. And I find that when I leave parties open for 2 weeks or longer, if I leave, usually I only leave them open a week, but when the longer you leave your parties open, the more chance you have of a credit card bouncing, okay? And it doesn't cause the guest any inconvenience, and it doesn't cost any money, but it is an inconvenience to you and to the host and to the rest of the party guests when you have to track down a guest on the 15th of the month and say, "Hi, Susie, this is Pam with Pampered Chef. Remember Jean's party that you were at 2 weeks ago and you bought that deep covered baker for $89? Well, we're just closing the party now, and I tried to charge your credit card and it didn't go through." So what happened is Susie purchased something on the 1st, assuming that her card would get charged shortly after that. Okay, and now it could be that she doesn't have the money for the deep covered baker, or it could be that now she doesn't have the money till the end of the month. Okay, so my point is, the sooner you get that party closed, the better off you are. I do not allow my parties to run longer than a week for that reason. Okay, if you have the party on the 1st and then you're closing it by the 8th, The host knows when she has to have her order by, and the guests know when you're charging their credit cards, okay? So that's my suggestion. So even though Pampered Chef defaults it to 2 weeks, I go in and make it 1 week, okay? So then we have the start time of your cooking show. Now, if I'm doing an evening party, my parties always start at 7 o'clock. So you enter in the time, you have to make it AM or PM. And then the show time, I always make it 2 hours later. You have to enter something here, guys. All right. And then the show number, yours will default to 1 or 2 or 3. Mine's defaulting to 1681. You can leave the show name as come to my show. I usually put the host name in there. So if Susie's having a party, I make it Susie's Cooking. And I don't call them shows, I call them workshops, but you could say cooking party, or you could say cooking workshop, or whatever it is. They give you an option to tell a little bit more about it. I really wouldn't worry about this right here, okay? Just leave it blank, okay? Don't worry about it. Unless you are doing a virtual party, which we're not talking about virtual parties, that's the only time I would change this. So you're gonna put Susie's name in, Susie Smith, and you're going to put Susie Smith's email. You must have your host's email, okay? I don't know if that's popping up or not. I'm going to get rid of that. So Susie Smith's email, you have to make sure you have her email. Now, everyone has an email these days, and if they don't, then you're going to have to make up one. But 9 times out of 10, unless it's someone who really doesn't use the internet, they have an email, okay? So you're going to type in the email. You need a phone number for Susie, so make up a phone number. All right? Don't make up a phone number. Find their phone number. I'm just making one up for right now. You can put them in, if it's a day phone or if it's a cell phone, you have to indicate what the phone number is, okay? Then you need to put Susie's address, okay? Now, I've had parties where the host is having the show somewhere else. Okay, so she lives in one town, but she's having it at her girlfriend's house in another town. This address is where the host's order is going to ship. Okay, this is the host's home address. Okay, 123 Main Street, Havertown, PA 19083. Okay, now, so the show, this is the host. Okay, so the show location can be at the host's address, the co-host's address, or other. So in this situation, this might be where Susie Smith lives, but Susie Smith might be having the actual physical party somewhere else. And it gives you an option to put the show location in here, okay? And then, where are you having it shipped? So I have people that host in the city of Philadelphia, and they do not want their product shipped to their home because they're working during the day. So this might be, their work address. Okay, does that make sense? All right, so you have lots of options here, all right? Once you create the show, the sales tax, I must have a Susie Smith in there. The sales tax will automatically adjust, okay? So if this was in the city of Philadelphia, my sales tax would be 8 something. If this was in New Jersey, my sales tax would be 7. And if this was in Delaware, for example, the sales tax would be 0. So Pampered Chef already has the website set up so that you don't have to figure this out, okay? You're gonna save it. And then you're going to go over to the show page. Now, 90 days from now, you will have to either decide that you want to keep your website or not, okay? Because remember, you get your website free for 90 days. If 90 days from now, this isn't an option to click on, that means you need to renew your website. I'm just telling you that so you know. But right now, it's active. So you're going to click on show page. And you see there's different themes here. I'll be honest with you, I don't really change the themes. I usually make it, wait a minute, let me find the one I usually pick. I usually do fajitas and margaritas, salads and sangria, or Italian night. Those are my themes. So you can click on one. Okay, I'll do Italian night. And you'll see the words change a little bit down here in the message, but you can personalize this, guys. You're invited to Italian night. You know, I might change this, okay? And then you have a show image that you can change. And there's all kinds of pictures you can pick, okay? I don't necessarily monkey with this. All right, and then we come down to the bottom and it says show URL. You are going to need this because number one, I put this on my invitations. Number two, if I'm doing a Facebook event for the party, you're going to need this for people who aren't going to the party but want to order. And you're going to text this to your host so that she can capture some outside orders from people that either do not live close to here or can't attend the party. Now, you'll see it comes up with a unique identifier of a bunch of letters and numbers, and it is case sensitive, okay? I always change this so that I can keep track of things. So for me, this is how I do it. You can do whatever you want. I usually use capital letter, first letter of the host, and then I type out the last name of the host using a capital letter, and then I put the month, and then I put the year. And then it says my custom URL is saved. The reason why I use those unique identifiers is for a couple of reasons. Number one, you want it to be something easy so that if people have to type in the link onto their web browser, they can do it. And I'm sure they can figure out host, first initial, last name, month, and year versus a bunch of capitals, letters, and small letters and numbers. Okay, so that's the first reason. The second reason I do this is I've been in this business for over 6 years now, and I have repeat hosts. So what I do, I put their first initial and last name, but I need another unique identifier. So I put the month and the year when they have their parties. Okay, and that's how I can keep track of that. So that if Susie Smith has a party next year in April, I can do S. Smith APR 2019. Do you see where I'm going with that? Okay, so, and the way you copy this is you click copy. You highlight it, you right mouse click, copy. Okay, guys? Now, if you're doing this on your phone, it's a little different. But I know people try to copy it right from here, and you can't, okay? You must click the copy button, okay? If you want to see what your show page is going to look like, so if anyone clicks on this link, your host has shared it with someone, and someone clicks on the link, you can click Preview Show Page, and this is what your page will look like, okay? Susie's Cooking Party. Susie Smith presents Susie's Cooking Party, a Pampered Chef cooking show. The date, the address, the phone number. They can RSVP here. They can view the catalog. They can shop, and they can see what the guest special is. Your contact information is right here, okay, if they have any questions, all right? Now, say you have a host that doesn't want her address shown. I don't know why you'd want that, but some people get real funny about that stuff. You go over to Show Info. So you're going to click on that first page we're at, and you are going to click, hold on, there's a place we click. Let me find it. Maybe it's on Show Page. It's on Show Page. See where it says Display Show Address and Host Phone Number? You can unclick that. Now if you preview, it just has a date and a time. It doesn't have an address, okay? This is useful when you have a virtual party, okay? I don't think it's very useful for a cooking show because people have to know where they're going. But if the host is funny about it, you can always unclick that, okay? So I wanted to show you that. Other things that you can do over here when setting up a show. There's a place for a guest list. You can manually enter these, okay? I don't really use this too often, I'll be honest with you, okay? Reason why I don't use it too often is because I find that a lot of the invitations go to spam, right? Emailing the host. You are going to want to send out an email to the host, and this is why, okay? So there's two options. Before the show and after the show, okay? Always CC yourself so you know you're sending these emails out. It says, "Hi, Susie. Thanks for hosting a Pampered Chef party on date, time. It's going to be so much fun." It explains to her how to find 40 people to invite. Now, you want to invite at least 40 people because only a third of the people are going to show up. That is direct sales matrix. And we can get further into this in some training. But this explains how to find 40 people to invite. It explains how to set up her host account so that at the end of the party, she can just go in and put in what she wants and put her credit card information in, and we're good. And it gives her some instructions here, okay? So you're going to want to send this email. Okay. Host wish list. If she sets up her account, she can enter a new wish list, and then she can enter in her shopping list. Okay. I don't really use these two last areas. I don't find them to be useful, but you will find the email before and after to the host to be very useful. The email that goes out afterwards thanks her for having a party, explains to her how to divvy out the stuff that shows up in her orders to her guests if she didn't tell everyone to do ship to guest, and it will show her how much she received for how much and what the savings was. Okay, so these are important emails that you're going to want to use eventually once you close your party. So let me stop sharing. So that's it, guys. You want to make sure that you have your party set up, okay, and then move on to the next step, which would be contacting me to schedule your grand opening or your launch party, okay? What you're going to want to do is once you get this party set up, I want you to send me the link. Remember I showed you how to copy the link? I want you to message to me that link so I can make sure it's set up, it's working okay, all right? And then we get to talk about setting up your grand opening. All right, I'm so excited for you. You're almost done your training, and we're going to get to your grand opening and get you some free products and get you a paycheck and get your business rocking and rolling. If you have any questions, reach out. I'm always here, and let's get your business booming. Take care.